Good morning, everyone. We are so excited today to have Lindsay Nobles and have our leadership team. We have Ann Boskamp, Rebecca Lyons, Esther Haven, and Lauren Chandler joining us from Rwanda with Beatrice and Scovia, the two girls that we were able to come alongside and bless financially so that they could attend college and live at the Esther home this past summer. So African New Life is an excellent organization that is in Rwanda, and one of their many ministries is the Esther home. And we absolutely love what they do. And so this past summer we challenged you all to raise enough support, about $48,000, to send two girls to college completely debt-free, because education in Rwanda breaks the cycle of poverty, and Scovia and Beatrice will tell us a little bit more about their stories here in a minute, but and really just to come alongside these women and encourage them and love on them. And so you did that overwhelmingly. We saw almost 1,200 of you open up your pocketbooks and say, yes, like we want to change their stories and be a part of something bigger than ourselves. And so you raised $60,000 and successfully funded these two girls and helped partially fund another girl. And so today the whole purpose is just to introduce you to Beatrice and to Scovia, and for them to get to share about themselves to you so that you can come alongside them in prayer and in affirmation and in love, and be a part of their lives and their stories, and not just impact them this one time, but hopefully form relationships for many years to come. And so Beatrice and Scovia, say hello, and one of you start and introduce yourselves.
I'm Beatrice, and I am 19 years old. I have mom and dad with 5 siblings, 1 brother, and 4 sisters. And I'm the last born in my family with twin sisters. We are 2. And her name is Beatrice. I like my family very much, and I thank you for your help and choosing me to be one of your daughters in Esther home.
Yes. Amen. Thank you. I'm Scovia. I'm 20 years old, so it's a blessing to be here with my friends. I'm so grateful for this. I have 8 siblings, 2 brothers and 6 sisters. I live at Kayonza. I like to making friends, dancing, and to pray, always to pray. And I thank you for your help. I'm so glad to meet with these women and ladies. I can't express myself, but I really appreciate. Okay.
Oh, that's beautiful. Ann, Rebecca, Esther, Lauren, tell us why you're there, what you're doing, and what you've been doing with Beatrice and Scovia today.
Well, today we got to go to the Esther home and actually see where they live and see them in their element, in their rooms, to see almost all the girls, and to see what the Lord is doing in these women, just taking what was a dark history in Rwanda and seeing the Lord bring some glorious light through women like Beatrice and Scovia, who are the first in their families to get an education, to go to college. And there will be women who will give back what they've been given, that they've been a blessing. They have been blessed and want to be a blessing. And so we've gotten to just meet them and see what they're doing there.
The girls were sharing today in the first class when the Esther Home began, and what it was like for upper school, for college. There was never a scholarship option for women before the Esther Home really here in Rwanda. And they described the emotion in this first class felt when they went through the interview process. It's very rigorous. They said it came out, and it's almost 2 days of interviews. And then they're kind of all looking at each other like we would. We're like, I wonder who's in and you're who's. And so then they would be so excited, but then sad someone else would, because they would take 13 to 15 in that first class. But no one knew anyone, and they all kind of had to they decided to draw from a hat, like who would be roommates. And it was just such a real beautiful way of just the purity of where they all were waking to a dream and doing it with sisters. And we were so inspired just hearing that story today.
We had one of the girls from the Esther Home. Her name's Yvonne, and now she's graduated and she's in her profession. And so she shared with us today with so much excitement and so much joy. And I actually got an opportunity to do a story about her the last time I was here. So I got to see her in her element, and she kept teasing me about many things that I didn't know at the time was teasing. But it's so cool to see her just be a strong leader and be able. She is sending kids to school now, and she sends her younger brother and sister to school, and she didn't have the opportunity to do that in the past. And so that's what that education is being able to do. And I think it's such an amazing thing in this country. Sponsorship is awesome, and there's so many things that get to go to school. But after that, once you're after high school, we all want to go to college. There's so many girls here who want to, and this is the opportunity with the Esther Home that they get to do that.
It's really exciting to think that women on that side of the ocean could reach across to this side of the ocean and take their hands of their sisters and let them dream God-sized dreams. So thank you, every single one of you, who made this possible.
Yeah. The phrase I heard at the very end was a girl that said, we get to wait for this for us. And it was literally the language of calling, continent to continent. And it was just that common thread that we all were made by Creator for something. And when we wake into what the fullness of that is, you just saw the lights come on and the heart come alive. And that was just a beautiful thing to hear, even from our side, because I know we in the States are in the same place. We are waking to the calling that God has for us. So to hear our sisters in Africa say the same thing, there's such a beauty in sharing that.
We got an email that I want to share with Beatrice and Scovia from a woman named Janet Kirk here in the U.S. She's one of the supporters, and she said, "Wow, I'm so excited for both of you young women. You have big dreams, and you have made a big step towards achieving them. You have our support, our prayers, and our love. The leadership team will be giving you hugs for all of us. I wish we could all go here to meet you. Thank you for allowing us to meet you online. God is blessing you today. With love, Janet." So part of all of this is that we want to come alongside y'all and continue to send you encouraging messages like this. So for all of you out there listening, we set up an email address that Beatrice and Scovia can access. It's ifestergirls@gmail.com. So if you are just thinking about them and praying for them, just get online and send them an email and tell them about it. So it's ifestergirls@gmail.com. So you can just continue to communicate with Beatrice and Scovia. We thought that would be something fun. So tell us what you all are studying again.
I studied in Bachelor's of Medical Laboratory Science at Mount Kenya University.
Medical laboratory science. Kenya.
Cool.
Okay, I went to study at Mount Kenya University. I do Bachelor of Business Management. This is my second week, so
Business management.
Yeah.
Just
They're new.
Awesome. Lindsay, do you have any questions for everyone in Rwanda?
How can we be praying for y'all?
How can we be praying for you? How can we be praying for you? How can we pray for you?
I want you to pray for my studies so that my dreams comes true, because I enjoy to take care for the sick people. I want to become a doctor, and I want you to pray for my family, and also I want to help my family when I graduated my degree. So thank you, and help me to pray so hard, and so that I can success my studies. Thank you very much.
Well,
All.
thank you. My request, I want to become a very wonderful lady in business, as I'm going to study business management business. And I want to, my dreams, like I want to help, I want to help orphans, the poor, as they help me. I want my dream to come true, like how I want. And my second request, I want to pray, you help to pray for me to know more God, to come close to God, and not misuse His name. And I want my heart, my wishes. I want to come to this new leadership. That's what I'm praying for. Help me to live eternal life. That's thank you.
Yes.
okay, we will be praying for that, for sure.
Yes, and do you all want to close us out in prayer? Anne or Lauren or Esther?
Okay. Oh, Father, thank you that you are loving and you are good, and that you're about the business of taking what's dark and bringing light in, and transferring us from the domain of darkness to the kingdom of your beloved Son, Jesus. Thank you that you're doing that using these women's lives, using Beatrice and using Scovia, that light is bursting forth. Thank you for connecting sisters from across the ocean to join hands in a way that we couldn't have done this before. So praise you, God, how technology that you made this possible to be able to meet, to love, to touch, to encourage, to pray for, to know what to pray for our sisters. And so I pray for Beatrice that you would give her the ability to retain all that she's learning, that you would just honor her time, bless her time as she studies, that her brain would absorb all it needs to absorb, that it would make so much sense to her, and that she would get to walk in her calling in the medical profession, that she would be able to have the gift of healing spiritually and also physically. You would give her that gift for your glory and for her joy. Lord, for Scovia, I pray that she would be able to learn what it's like to manage, to be in business, to know what it's like to run, taking care of orphans and taking care of the poor, as she has been brought in and taken care of, that she would bless and bring in and take care of it. You give her appointments, all the people that she needs to know to make that happen, all the relationships that she will have, and all that she will learn in college to make that dream a reality, and that the light would continue to shine forth, darkness would continue to be pushed back, and that you would be made much of in these women's lives, that they would grow in the knowledge of you every day, that they would continue to walk in a manner worthy of their calling, that they would walk in a manner worthy of Jesus. They would know the love of Jesus in their hearts so deeply. They would know forgiveness, they would know grace, and they would know the help of the Holy Spirit in living out the rest of their lives. May you be brought much glory, Father, through our sisters. And thank you for the provision of our sisters overseas. Lord, I pray that they feel the blessing.
Oh. Well, we love you, Beatrice and Scovia. Thank you so much for, letting us be a part of your story, and thank you for letting us share your story with women all over here, and we look forward to being in communication with you for many years to come. We'll be checking in on those grades, and you better be doing your homework and working really hard. So we're really proud of you, and we will do everything we can to encourage you in these coming months and years. So love you. Have a wonderful day, and thanks everyone for joining us today.
Thank you. We love you guys. Bye.